family, Mataji, family. It's a beautiful altar, huh? Very nice. The flag. Flag is a sign of victory. Jai Pataka. Jai Pataka. Pataka means the flag, and Jai means victory. So one time I was called that why we call Jai. Every time there's Prem Dhwani, Radha Krishna ki Jai, Vrindavan Dham ki Jai. What is this Jai? What is this Jai? I was asked by a question by one devotee. He asked me why we are saying Jai, Jai, Jai. So what is the answer?
That
huh? It's what victory? If you're saying Vrindavan Dham ki Jai, what victory is?
It is glorifying the particular thing.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Naiman. In Arabic says Naiman means nice haircut. Huh?
Auspicious.
It's auspicious, very nice. But it's still Jai, by the victory, Jai, 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 Jai.
Everything offering to them.
Everything offering to them, very nice. You see in Shaskam prayer, the first prayer, at the end what we say? Shri Krishna
Sankirtanam.
Param
Vijayate.
Param Vijayate. Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtan. It's a Param Vijay. It means ultimate victory for what? For a soul. The soul which is bound in this material world. For example, if someone is kidnapped, okay? For example, God forbid it should not happen, but sometimes suppose our plane is hijacked, which we see in the movie sometime, right? The entire plane is hijacked. It means everyone, all the passengers are bound there, right? And then some soldiers comes and army comes from that country, and they fight and they rescue. What is called Vijayate. Jai. Yeah. It's a victory. Similarly, this process of Bhakti Yoga, when we say this, Vrindavan Dham ki Jai, Radha Krishna ki Jai, it all helps us to rescue the soul from this material world. Are you getting what I'm saying? So Shri Krishna Sankirtanam Param Vijayate. By this chanting of the holy name, the soul which is found in this material world are rescued, are saved from the clutches of Maya and especially the bondage. That's why we say Jai, Param Vijayate. And this is a sign of this victory flag is there. Param Vijayate. Param Vijayate. So this Harinam is very aggressive. Hare Krishna. Harinam is very aggressive. Harinam is the one which try to save the soul from any conditions and bring them back to the original constitutional position. And that's what it's called. Param Vijayate, Shri Krishna Sankirtan. So once again, I'd like to welcome all the devotees on behalf of Shrikant Prabhuji, very nice to the entire family. Mataji, it's good. Such a wonderful altar. We all were there during the inauguration of this wonderful altar. I remember the entire hall was filled. I made a very nice program. Very nice kirtan by Hasabe devotees. They had come there that day. Very nice sweet kirtan was done. A nice program. So this is our life should be like this actually. And I'm very encouraged that every one of us, Mataji, Prabhuji, everyone now they have wonderful altars at the place. And that shows that the hero of our house is Lord Shri Krishna, and we are just a servant. By having altar, it helps us to remind us of constant position. That we are servant of Krishna. He is the master of our life, the entire house, the entire universe. So before we begin, let's pay our obeisances. We were discussing that day, we are reading now Brahmaji, Vishnu Bhavatam Brahmaji. Before doing any service, we have seen that all the great acharyas, all the sainty people, what they do, they offer prayers first. So Brahmaji, before going for this recreation, He's offering prayers to the Lordship, getting the empowerment so that he can perform his service in the right consciousness. Similarly, Srila Prabhupada has given this wonderful process to all of us. Before any Shravan Kirtan process, we offer the prayers. It's called Mangalacharan. Mangalacharan means Vastu Nirdesh. We are invoking the auspicious atmosphere, and also we are praying for all the Mahajanas, the spiritual master and the Guru Parampara and the Lordship, so that only we can show that we are dependent on your mercy. Once you allow us, then only we can access in this subject matter. With our own effort, we can never understand this. This is the purpose of Mangalacharan when we recite every time. Om Agyantimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruvai Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Padamahiyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavansya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Tam Sajivam Savadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Deva Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakha Mitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Veda Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Devi Pranamami Hare Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gauramakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Panchakalpatarubhasya Kripa Sindhubhesya Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavyo Namo Namah Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamini Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Charine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Pashyatare. So this is the Mangalacharan. The first prayer is for the spiritual master. Then second prayer is for whom? Second line?
Chaitanya.
No. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam, Rupa Goswami. It's for Rupa Goswami. So see, we recite almost every time, so we should know what we're reciting. First is for spiritual master. Second stanza is for Rupa Goswami Par. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam, who is to know the inner mood of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Manobhishtam, Sthapitam Yena Bhutale. And he could establish the entire the process given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu on the entire Bhutala. That's what he wrote all the books. Rupa, you see, Swayam Rupa. This is Rupa Goswami Par. This is spoken by Sup Damodar Goswami. Then the third one, there we are having again, see, Guru, Shri Yuda Padakamalam, Shri Guru. Then who Guru in the parampara of all the Vaishnavas, especially Rupam, Rupa Goswami. Sa Agra. Agra means his elder brother, Sanatan Bad Goswami. Saha means together. Sahagana. Who are together? Sahagana. Raghunath. Raghunath Goswami. Bhatt Goswami. Sajivam. And Jiva means Jiva Goswami. Then Sa Advaitam. Advaitam means Advaita Acharya. And Savadhutam. Sa Avadhutam. Avadhut means Nityanand Prabhu. He's called Avadhut, Nityanand Prabhu. Sa Avadhutam. Parijana. Parijana means all the Parijan, all the associates. Sahitam, together. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Shri Radha Krishna. Finally, Shri Radha Krishna along with Lalita and Vishakha. Sagaralta, Vishakha. And then Lord Shri Krishna. This is Lord Shri Krishna Pranam Mantra. Hey Krishna Kamala Sindhu. And then next one is Srimati Radharani. Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radharani, Pranam Mantra. And then Vaishnav Pranam Mantra. And then we have Panch Tattva and Hare Krishna. And finally, we spoke about, we also started with Srila Prabhupada Pranam Mantra. And then gradually we can also remember the Pranam Mantra of other Acharyas, which we recite during the Vyas Puja. You can see that we recite all the Pranam Mantra. It's a long one, where we recite the Prabhupada, then Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur Maharaj, Gaurakrishna Babaji Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Thakur Maharaj, and Jagannath Maharaj. These 5 personalities were there in the Guru Parampara. And then also we recite the Sambandha, Avideya, and Prayojan, 3 deities in Vrindavan. Now those deities have been shifted to Jaipur, except only one is there now. So Sambandha deities are which deity? Sambandha deities is Radha Madan Mohan Ji. Now try to please understand this, because we'll go to Vrindavan Dham also. So Sambandha, Acharya is Sanatana Goswami. We have Sambandha, Avideya, and Prayojan, right? All the entire Vedic system, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has been categorized into these 3 ways. Sambandha Gyan, Avideya Gyan, and Prayojan. Sambandha means what is our Sambandha with Lordship, Sambandha with the nature, and Sambandha of these 2 with the Lordship. Sambandha Gyan. So this is given by Sanatana Goswami, and his worshipful deities are Shri Radha Madan Mohan. Jayatam Surto Pango Mama Manda Madheri Gati Mada Sarvasa Padam Bojo Radha Madan Mohan. This is the Pranam Mantra for Sambandha Vigraha. Sambandha Vigraha. So this Radha Madan Mohan ji deities are there in Sri Dham Vrindavan. And this is on the Tila actually. It's called Tila, means our little valley actually, little hill is there. Sanatana Goswami used to perform his sadhana there, and he was just staying under the tree. And one time when this merchant, the salt merchant, his boat was stuck in the Yamuna river, he came here, and then because he got a dream that go to that Babaji, he will help you. Sanatana Babaji, he was just performing his bhajan, and Lord himself helped him. He became very happy. He said, I want to make something for you. He said, don't make, I am all right what I am I'm in right now. If you want to make something, make a nice temple for the Lordship. Radha Madan Mohan Ji. And then he made a very big temple. You go there also to see a very nice temple on the hill. And what he did, so everybody says, because since you have made this temple, you also put your vigraha somewhere, your chavi. So he said, okay, I'll fulfill your request. What he did, when you do the Abhishekam, after cleaning the temple, all the water comes in the where? In the drain. The drain goes to the sink. In the sink, he has put small deities of him. So that after cleaning the temple, whatever goes, it goes on my head. That is there. Small, just very small. That's a nice person. So that's Radha Madan Mohan Ji. And then we have a Sambandha Avideya. Avideya Vigraha is Radha Govind Dev Ji. Very big temple, the biggest temple in Vrindavan, which was attacked by Aurangzeb. And now the deity has been shifted from Vrindavan to where? Jaipur. So now we don't have deities in Vrindavan. Still we have the remnants of the temple, which is broken from the top. But very wonderful temple we have now in Jaipur. The entire Jaipur is centered around Radha Govind Dev Ji. Govind Dev Ji. Govind Dev Ji is seventh Vigraha, Rupa Goswami. So Rupa Goswami used to worship Govind Dev Ji. Divyad Vrindaranya Kalpadrumadaha Srimad Ratnagara Simhasan Isatau Srimad Radha Shri Govind Dev Prishthalibhi Sevamano Smarami. This is the Pranam Mantra for Govind Dev Ji. This is called Abhideya Pranam Mantra. And then we have Prayojan. Prayojan Acharya is who? Who's our Prayojan Acharya? No, minus mark. Minus mark. You want minus mark. If you don't know, it's 0. But if you know wrong, the wrong answer is minus mark. Now plus. So we should know all this. These three definitely we should know. Avideya, Sambandh and Prayojan. Our Sambandh Acharya is who? Sanatana Pad Goswami. And which is Sambandh deities? Radha Madan Mohan. Correct? Who is our Abhidaya Acharya? Rupa Goswami Pad. And what is the deities? Radha Govind Dev Ji. Who is our Prayojan Acharya? Raghunath Das Goswami. Again minus marking. Raghunath Das Goswami. And which is the Prayojan deities? Radha Gopinath. Gopinath ji also shifted to Jaipur. When attack was there, all these deities from Vrindavan Dham, in the night only, all the devotees, they shifted on the bullock cart. So that deities could not be, should be protected. All were shifted to Jaipur. In Jaipur, King Man Singh was there. He established all the temple. So Radha Madan Mohan deities, where is down right now? It is not in Jaipur. Sambandh Acharya, Sanatana Pad Goswami. Sanatana Goswami. Deities, Radha Madan Mohan. Abhidaya, Rupa Goswami. Deities, Radha Govind Dev. Prayojan, Raghunath Das Goswami. Deities, Radha Gopinath. But Radha Gopinath deities were not served by Raghunath Das Goswami. They were served by Madhu Pandit, by the way. Okay. So Radha Madan Mohan ji, now he is there. He is not in Jaipur. He was in Jaipur, but he came to Karauli. There's a place called Karauli. Karauli is a border of this Vrindavan and Jaipur there. So what happened? It's a very nice story, which we are going a little off the track today. So it's a beautiful story. It's a very encouraging story. So Raja Man Singh, he has a daughter, very nice daughter. So when all deities were shifted there in Jaipur, she used to serve all deities. And especially she was attached to Radha Madan Mohan ji. Okay? And after some when she grown up, so she was engaged, and parents of the Raja, the king, he arranged the marriage with the king of Karauli. Marriage was arranged, and she told, I will take Radha Madan Mohan ji with me. I cannot live without them. King said, no, you cannot take. They have come from all the way from Vrindavan to Jaipur, and we have a big temple now here, they will be here. She said, no. And she said, no, she was insisting, I cannot go. I will die, but I will not go without her. So the king told, okay, if you are so much, insisting, so we'll do one test. I want to see how much you are attached to Madan Mohan ji and how much Madan Mohan ji is willing to go with you. Tomorrow morning in the kingdom, we'll have same kind of other replica deities also. And we'll tie your eyes, okay, with the clothes. We'll keep all deities there. And if you can identify which Radha Madan Mohan ji, then you can take. We have a nice drama. I'll share with drama with you. You can see the drama. Like Chapari temple devotees. And all exactly same were made and same were kept there. Same, exactly same replica. So this now the princess was tied up. Her eyes were closed with the clothes. And she came and she was going one by one and touching them. And the moment she reached she was just about to pass over Radha Madan Mohan ji. Radha Madan Mohan ji himself, with his foot, he just did this and he made a sign that I'm here. Radha Madan Mohan ji. And she told father that this is Radha Madan Mohan ji. And then eyes were opened and everybody was astonished that how could you? She told Radha Madan Mohan ji himself did that. And then king said, okay, fine, you can take. And then there was a big procession, a sea of ceremony, and then the lordship came from Jaipur to Karauli. So now a beautiful temple in the Karauli. And there's a wonderful saying that if you want to do, it's very nice if you can do all this darshan in one day. In one day, you have to start from Vrindavan Dham. Radha Madan Mohan ji is the sum of all these three deities. Because Gopal Bhatt Goswami, when he had this Shila, so he was so attached to all these three deities, Radha Govind Dev ji, Radha Madan Mohan ji, and Radha Gopinath ji. So Lord came in his dream, he said, in Radha Ramanji, all the three deities are there. So legs are like Radha Madhumohanji, the chest are like Govind Devji, and face is like a Gopinath, the Radha Ramanji. And Radha Ramanji is very small deity actually, in size. And that's why it was saved in Vrindavan. They kept under the trunk and they saved it when the attack was there. So all the deities were shifted, but it remained here in Vrindavan. So this is still there. If you go today also, you can see beautiful deities. We'll go there actually. And there they have a light system. Green light and red light. It means there's no timing for temple darshan. If you go to the temple, it's a very old temple. So at the gate only you have to see the light. If red light, it means you can't have darshan. Even though it's different time, sometimes you can't have darshan. And the green light means you can have a darshan. Then you can go inside. So it was asked to Pujariji why it is so. So he said because Radha Ramanji is a very, very small deity. He's a childhood. वो बोले देखो ग्वाल बाल बच्चे हैं, बच्चे कभी भी खेलने चले जाते हैं, हमको पता नहीं. Anytime he goes for playing, anytime. So we don't know what time he's coming back. You understood? So when he is coming back, you can have a darshan. So there's no timing in the temple. This light says whether Lord is there or not. Still today, it goes like this. हाँ अभी भी वही चल रहा है वहाँ पे system.
No one is operating the lights on its own.
No, there are Pujaris there. Pujari who is very close to the Lordship. Manaswari, so interesting, no? This is Krishna. In Vrindavan, Krishna is very special. So this deity, huh?
How they get to know that he's not there?
We'll ask them. We'll go to Vrindavan, huh? Because they have very unique connection with the Lordship. You've seen the this Kanchi, what is that? Lord Vadraj in the Kanchipuram. You know that temple? Vadraj. Okay, Vadraj Perumal.
Yeah.
So there, this Kanchipur, who used to serve, he used to talk to the Lord. He used to ask him today, what should I offer to you? Bhindi, brinjal, what do you want? He will say, today I want this subject. So he will offer that subject. This was the communication. This was the intimacy. And people will come and ask him, please ask, my daughter is going to get married tomorrow. It's okay or not, or something, whatever. And he will go and ask him. So this guy is asking this thing, and Lord will respond also. So he has to speak to the Lord.
Sakshi Gopal.
Sakshi Gopal also, we have that wonderful pastime from Vrindavan to Orissa, near to Vidyanagar. So that's also is there. Yes, so point was that in one day we have to start from Vrindavan, then Karauli, and then Jaipur. It's a long distance. And some devotees have done it. I also, one time I got opportunity. So morning, myself and my wife, we took the morning, 3:30 we got up, and we took the taxi from Vrindavan, and we went to Karauli. We reached by around 4 o'clock in the evening. Because roads are,
in the morning to 4 in the evening.
because roads is roads are not good. And that day it was some election was going on, something, we got stuck in between. And then from there, we started meditation to Jaipur. We reached by 7:30, 8 o'clock in the night. So all deities we had in one day. All deities in one day. Okay, so now it's clear. Samandha Acharya. Samandha, without saying. Samandha Acharya.
Sanatana
Abhidaya Acharya.
Rupa Goswami.
And Prajan Acharya.
Raghunath Goswami.
Sanatan Vigraha.
Radha Mata Garuhara. Radha Govinda Devi.
What?
Radha Govinda Devi.
Which Vigraha?
Abhidev.
Very nice. And Prajan Vigraha?
Radha
Gopinath.
Gopinath.
Very nice. Okay, so we had started about tree of life, and we also saw that how our life is so much resembles a life of a tree, right? Can we recap the point which we discussed last time? Yes.
Prabhuji, you started with the point that the chain is as strong as the weakest link.
Very nice.
And we discussed the Chaitanya Charitamrita 1942.
Which is also same was in Bhagavatam. Same was in Bhagavatam, right?
Yes.
1942, same in Bhagavatam also.
Yes.
Which verse?
One.
Not one. 10. 10, 22, 35.
Yes. So the tree of life is we must focus on personal life and others' life also. So help yourself first and then others. So a devotee's life is consisting of three things, which is roots, spiritual nourishment individually.
Not what is life. It's a tree of life. It's
Yeah.
a life of tree. The root, trunk, and crown is a tree.
Tree
But devotee life is what? Based on that?
based on the tree.
Yeah. Nam Ruchi.
Nam Ruchi, spiritual well-being, and
Very nice.
not always visible to others, but it is very important. So reading and deity worship.
So that's a part of Nam Ruchi, right?
Yeah.
Our spiritual well-being is like a root of a tree which is not seen. And that's why very often it gets what? Neglected. See, we don't see the tree root actually, right? We just see the tree, oh, it's a nice tree. Such a nice devotee is serving so nicely. But what is his root, we don't see. And that's why very often it gets neglected because we don't know how we are chanting. Nobody knows how I'm chanting. Nobody knows what I'm contemplating, how I'm reading Shastra and how I'm assimilating Shastra. It's not seen. But we know that entire tree is based on what? Based on the root. If root is not stronger, definitely the Vaishnav Seva and Jivara in due course of time it will collapse. The tree will collapse. I'll give an example of it. Practical example. It happened in the Chopadi temple. So in the Chopadi temple, Radha Gopinath temple, it's a very small place actually. Very small place. Earlier it was a orphanage and also the Bhola classes. Some coaching center was there actually. And on the top, the first floor, they had a very small temple. Then gradually they got this space also, the place of the orphanage and the coaching center. And now they have it's a sizable temple. So that time they had a very small garden. In that garden they had a tree, a very old tree, very old tree, maybe 100 years probably. Very old, very strong tree was there. And all of a sudden, one day, the tree fell down. Even though the leaves were green, and tree fell down, everybody was astonished. What happened? Such a big tree, and you see, there was no cyclone, nothing, and it fell down. Then they started investigating what happened. Because it is our premise, and we were just putting nice water, everything. Then they tried to find out what happened. So one pujari, which do service. So in the pujari, they make the ashman water, and they offer the water to Lordship every day. So he used to put the clove water, the long ka pani. Long samajhte aap? Clove. So clove water he used to offer, and whatever remaining water every day he used to put in this tree. He thought it's offered water, so well I'll throw it. Better to just put the tree. And clove is a very, very, it's a very strong, long, but strong with that, especially for trees. And gradually the entire root was burned by that clove water. And nobody even noticed it. It was burnt, all of a sudden the complete tree fell.
We have a very simple example to share. So Dubai में हमारा घर है, वहाँ पे हमारे यहाँ दो नीम के पेड़ होते थे, हमेशा देखे हम लोग.
Okay.
तो दोनों तो बिल्कुल ऊपर से ग्रीन और धीरे-धीरे जो पत्तियां थी जल्दी चालू हो गई. तो और खाद डाला और उसमें हमने मसाला डाला, बहुत कोशिश किया. तो बाद में मालूम पड़ा जो रूट्स है, जब पूरा मर गया, उसमें जब पौधा निकाला, तो उसमें कीड़ा लग गया.
Yes, you see. So the point is, if the roots is gone, then no matter whatever big tree is there, it collapse. That is why our Nam Ruchi, our roots has been very, very strong. And that's what Prabhupada wanted. Our morning sadhana, he said, we can never replace this activity with anything else. With any seva, anything else we cannot replace it. There is no alternative of attentive sadhana. So Prabhupada and everyone, when we read this and we study Srimad Bhagavatam, we understand how important it is. And then only the entire Vaishnav Seva and Jiv Daya, other things can sustain only on this. That's what we discussed, right? So that day that verse 1942, Adila, or 10:20-35. I request everyone to memorize this verse. It's a beautiful verse. Etavad janma safalyam. Please repeat after me. Etavad janma safalyam. Dehinam iha dehisu. Praner arthar dhiya vacha. Shreya acharanam sada. It's a very simple and very meaningful verse. Spoken by Lord Sri Krishna and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Both spoken. Very important verse for preacher. But how we should give our what? 4 things. What are 4 things? Prana, our life, artha, wealth, dhiya, intelligence, and vacha, speech. For what? Shreya acharanam sada. Shreya means for others' ultimate welfare. Shreya. दूसरों के परम हित के लिए अपना सर्वस्व, जैसे पेड़ अपना सर्वस्व दे देता है. The tree gives everything, including roots. That we were discussing. The same person who is cutting the tree, even that person, when he is dead, the same tree gives the wood also to burn that person. Up to that extent, the tree helps.
Wasn't the Prabhuji asking that we can learn to do from the life's conditioning?
But I don't have the internet actually. Okay.
And you can connect this Wi-Fi number. Yeah.
So that's what we discussed last time, that how important the Naam Ruchi is. And again, I'm requesting everyone, and let's inspire each other. Inspire each other, motivate each other to focus very much on this, our sadhana, because other things will be taken care of. That is done properly. Krishna will be very pleased by our effort for attending sadhana, for endeavoring, for aspiring, striving for it. And then we can see the Vaishnav Seva and Jiv Daya. Krishna will help so much actually in this side. Okay, what else we discussed?
Yes. So attentive and offensive sadhana must be done.
Very nice point. So quality of sadhana should increase. We discussed the point that in the congregation, gradually we get more and more service. We'll be loaded with the more and more services because this movement is like this. Initially, we just say, Prabhu, aaiye, Mataji, please aaiye, just come. Then later on, can you cook next time, please, Mataji, some little prasadam, 10 chapati or 10 puris. And then for 50 people, for 100. See, now our within Prabhuji's house has become a ashram. Mataji and his son, they came to visit Kuwait, Kanyadesh, and it was Friday. They came Friday, even they were also busy in the service. Just imagine. So they came to visit Prabhuji here in Kanyadesh from Damodar Desh. And the morning Friday, they saw the entire team has come. They also joined and they were serving actually. So it is demanding process. So it means what? The process is very demanding. Krishna, as we were discussing that day, this spiritual energy is very expansive in nature. Like the material energy, you see material energy, how it's expansive. How the people, they are so much engrossed, completely perplexed in spiritual world. It's very expansive. Right? As I बताया कि जिसके पास धन आता है फिर धन से then wealth, then you have all the other nonsense activities if you are not properly guided. Similarly, the spiritual nature, the spiritual energy of the Lord is also very expansive. We start rendering one small service, and the nature of this service is what? The spiritual world or the spiritual energy, it expands. One round chanting, then it goes to 2 rounds, then 4 rounds. Then we don't go when we start chanting 16 rounds. And then not only chanting, and then other services. The Lord has come in the house. The entire the preference, the priorities of the house is changed. The food habit, the dressing sense, everything is changed. So this energy is very expansive in nature. It expands very fast. So yes, so we have to see that we become a very, very strong individual. And what we mentioned that point?
Attentive and offensive.
Attend, yes. So in the due course of time, we have to make sure that these two things. When the responsibility increases, we have to make sure in the same proportion, our quality of sadhana should also increase. Very important point. Otherwise, we will just increase the responsibility, and responsibility comes with what? With burden. Responsibility means with burden. And if you don't balance it, then there is all possibility that you will be thrown away, out of center. Example is, if you've seen sometime in India, they have the cycle wala, or sometimes nowadays they have bike for doodh, the milk supplier. वो दोनों उस पे बाल्टा लगाते हैं, बाल्टा, और ऐसे हुक लगा होता है, और किसी एक बाल्टे में अगर ज्यादा दूध हो गया, more responsibility, there's very much prone to bend that side. So he has to balance with this side, and that side is our Nam Ruchi. So Prabhupada mentioned that the more responsibility definitely will come, because responsibility is what? Responsibility, okay, 3 IQ. Responsibility is a reward of our service. Correct? Service is a reward of service. Service is a reward of service, Prabhupada says that. Because while chanting, what we are asking for, oh my Lord, please engage me in your service. And now, in the form of responsibility, service has come in front of you. It means Lord He's hearing our prayer. So we have to make sure that if not quantity of sadhana, at least quality of sadhana has to be enhanced by what? By attentive and offenseless. Two things. Attentive sadhana and offenseless sadhana. And offenses, we know that offenses against the Vaishnavas, against the holy name, against the deities, against the Dham Aparad, Seva Aparad, all this Aparad, we have to make sure that we are very much cautious about these things. But this is the qualitative sadhana. Attentive sadhana and offenseless sadhana. Then only we can balance the responsibility, the seva. Otherwise, as I discussed last time, there were examples where even during Prabhupada time, several devotees who joined this ISKCON movement, they were just in the seva. They could not focus on sadhana, and in due course of time, they left. They left the movement. They left the movement. Because of what? Because they could not take the internal shelter of this process. There was one sannyasi, his name is Rishi Kumar. So one time, Srila Prabhupada was there in Las Vegas. One devotee came in the jeans and t-shirt, long hair. So Prabhupada saw him, Prabhupada called him in his room. And this person was a sannyasi. Prabhupada had given him sannyas diksha. Can you imagine? And now he has left the movement. He was in the jeans, t-shirt, and long hair. Then she came, Prabhupada was saying, how are you? I'm enjoying my life. You see, Prabhupada, he's such a master. How can you say you're enjoying? You see, I'm 70 years old person. I'm at the verge of death. And I know how much burden, how much bondage I have in my life. With this bondage, how can you enjoy? He said, no, I'm free. I'm not in temple. I'm free. I'm enjoying my senses the way I want it. Papa said, are you free from death? old age disease. And then he started arguing on the strength of Bhagavad Gita, which he had learned from Srila Prabhupada. He was arguing with Srila. It went up to half an hour, 45 minutes. Finally, he left the room of Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada was very morose that day. He did not even have prasadam. Just imagine for a father, spiritual son, whom he gave, Prabhupada says, to bring one devotee, you have to spend at least 3 gallons of blood. Just to bring one soul to Krishna. So, what is the conclusion? Is that even though he was with Mahabhagavat Srila Prabhupada, but since he could not focus in the inner development, he could not take the inner shelter of this process. Externally he was there, but internally he was not there. And that's the reason he collapsed. That is why this Nam Ruchi is very, very important. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's our entire process is based on this. Janam sarthak kari kara. Hare Krishna. Welcome, Prabhuji. Welcome the entire family. So attentive and offenseless sadhana. That includes our chanting, reading, hearing, so all parts of sadhana. Shravanam, Kirtanam, all the responses. What else we discuss?
When we live a show of spiritual life, the roots of the tree become exposed and weak.
So that's why sometimes we have seen that if not properly grounded in this, the roots, and we'll try to expose actually, we have seen that how, as Prabhu mentioned, the insects or pests, whatever it is, anything, and these all are the weeds, the insects, these all are offenses. These all are offenses. That's why it is mentioned that weeds has to be taken off. Our plant or Bhakti beach has to be properly protected very nicely with the offenses, with the other desire for name, fame, pujala, pratishtha. These all are weeds. So weeds are there, they will make our root very, very weak because all the nourishment will go to weeds and the root, our main root will not be the nourishment. So we have to see that with what intention I am performing my activities. Activity is important, at the same time, more than that, our intention, with what desire, with what intention, what is the reason behind this, why I am doing this, what I am expecting out of this. It's very important. Like in 6th canto, all the demigods, they are praying to the Lordship. They are praying to the Lordship, oh Lord, please help us. Nice prayers. But why are they praying? Why they are praying? Because Vritasura has come. They all demigods, they wanted to save themselves, so that they can enjoy this facility what has been given to them. So Prabhupada says that all demigods are mixed devotees. Brahma is saying mixed devotees. Although they are praying, very nice prayers, but desire is what? It can be same place, same position. Like Indra, they always want to be there. So in the case of Vritasura, you see the 6th canto, 14th chapter, wonderful prayers. But the prayers with the intention of some material opulences, material gain. That's why they have been condemned as a mixed devotees. They are respectable for us, but just to understand. Okay, so now from the roots, the second part was the trunk. And trunk is what? Vaishnav Seva. And which is our physical and emotional well-being. It means our lifestyle, our supportive lifestyle. It means our lifestyle in such a way that it should be very much connected to our root. It means whatever we do 22 hours in a day or in night also, 22 hours. 2 hours our Nam Ruchi, root. 22 hours our other activities, the supportive lifestyle. That 2 hours depends on how we are spending our 22 hours. How we are living, with what consciousness. Because this activity of the Bhakti Yoga is not like that, okay, हम जैसे भी करें, यहाँ पे आके switch घुमाया और बैठ गए अब जब कर नहीं. It's the whole day is a preparation for that, or whole night even. It's a preparation of our consciousness to do that service, to render that service. Tomorrow morning I'm going to chant. Like when we, Prabhuji, now we all experience the cutting vegetables, the arranging vegetables, and then grocery and cleaning them up. It requires so much time, effort. And cooking is a very, compared to other activity, it's a short time. But it depends how you have cut the vegetables. I remember in Chapari temple, there's a Aviram Prabhu who used to cook for His Holiness Radha Swami Maharaj, the cook. So he used to engage several devotees for cutting the vegetables. And he will make sure that they have to cut in this size only, not bigger or smaller. Then they ask Prabhuji, what difference it makes? It's vegetable only, na? थोड़ा बड़ा हो जाए तो क्या फर्क पड़ता है? बोलते नहीं. Because based on size, I have to adjust the flame. The flame is based on the size. Then only the way I want it to be cooked for the Maharaj, it gets prepared. So he makes sure that everything is, meticulously size and shape proper. In Yatra also, in our Kartik Yatra, we have the service of vegetables cutting and cooking service, where Gaurang Prabhuji is there for cooking. He's a main cook. And preparing for 6,000, 7,000 devotees. So, but when you start cutting, there's one devotee, he'll give a size. Prabhuji, आलू ये size कैसे? Capsicum ये size चाहिए. वो सबको size देके आते हैं. जहाँ पे cutting के लोग बैठे हैं, जैसे we have around 20 groups are there, of 10 of each. 10 devotees together, one group, like that we have 20 groups. कोई आलू काट रहा है, कोई पालक काट रहा है, और जो मेन कुक हैं, वो 3-4 हैं, वो आके हमें साइज देंगे. प्रभु जी ये साइज चाहिए. तो वो साइज को हम सामने रखते हैं, सैंपल, वो देख के काटते. Like that we do, because this is how they prepare actually. Similarly, our lifestyle should be so supportive that it's completely grounded with our roots, connected with our roots. Prabhupada says that we have to plan our lifestyle in such a way that we can maximize Krishna consciousness. So we have to mind this, that we are not in a temple. We are not like brahmacharis or like sannyasis. We are very much exposed to at the frontliner with the Maya. पूरा दिन हमारा उसके साथ में दिन रात. That's why if we are not cautious, even the full stop between two statements. For example, this one statement of spiritual life, and then I have full stop. Again, spirituality, I'm going to start. The full stop, Prabhupada said, this is enough to enter the Maya. अगर दो सेवाओं के बीच में full stop आ गया, it's enough to enter the Maya. Did you get me what I'm saying? Satatam kirtayanto ma. Even a small break for a new statement, new service is enough. Be very cautious. That's why especially we have to plan our life in such a way that we maximize Krishna consciousness. Because it's not there. It's not in the office and elsewhere. So we have to very, very much call. We have to make sure that our home is such a nice place. The moment we enter, we should get that feeling of जितने गृह भजन देखी गृह ते गोलोक भाया. मेरा घर मुझे गोलोक वृंदावन लगता है. घर में जाते ऐसी फीलिंग आनी चाहिए. प्रभुपाद जी की वाणी चल रही है, ऑल्टर है, सबको लोग घर में आने के बाद वैष्णव ड्रेस में है. It reminds us actually. घर में आने के बाद it's very simple dress, but it makes a very, very strong impression on your mind. We identify ourselves as a Vaishnava. We identify. घर में आने के बाद कि मैं वैष्णव, मैं एक आम आदमी नहीं, मैं विष्णु का सेवक हूँ, कृष्ण का सेवक हूँ. माता जी इन साड़ी और सलवार, whatever it is, with the tilak, nice path. We have to practice. हमें करना पड़ेगा इसे. It's a very conducive thing actually. And it requires. It will help our consciousness to remain in Krishna, to be on the path. So lifestyle should be very proper, and then only visible example. Only trunk is seen in the from above the surface, the people see the trunk, not the root. Kya pain ka tana hai yaar? What a tree! Such a nice tree. So similarly, by seeing our that lifestyle, our service, Vaishnav Seva, such a nice tree. Prabhupada, we were asked that how you will identify your followers. Prabhupada says they are first class gentlemen. An extended version is first class lady, gentle lady. Why he said that? Because generally the mass, the people, they will not see that I'm chanting properly or not. My root will not be seen. Right? It's under surface, beneath. But how I'm behaving, how is my lifestyle, that will be seen by everyone. The purpose is first class gentleman. So if my root is strong, that should translate into my behavior. If my sadhana is nice, that should translate into my behavior, my conduct, which is seen by people. And this we had read last time, so I'll skip it. Okay, so this is a very simple Ayurvedic phenomenon, concept, the good diet, nice prashadam. So first we have to learn the discipline. You see, when Maharaj visits here, and we have seen that how their time is so particular, especially in Bhakti Vilas Swami Maharaj. One time we skipped the time actually, and he skipped the meal. We were late by half an hour, so I'll not. So asked why, he said, my time is past. My time was that, and somehow or other we could not manage to come back on that time. So they maintained so much diet control. It's so much required because they're traveling so much. If you don't have proper discipline, it's difficult to focus on your route. Sankhya purvak naam gananat bhi kala vasani krito nidrahara vihara ka divijito chatyanta dina uchayo Radha Krishna Gunasmater Madhurima Nandena Sammohito Vande Rupa Sanatana Rakyugo Shri Jiva Gopalako Vande Rupa Sanatana Rakyugo Shri Jiva Gopalako Nitra Ahara Vihara Kadi Vijito. They have conquered. They were so disciplined, they had conquered these things. Sleeping, Prabhupada says, if you sleep too much, you are lazy. And if you sleep too less, you are crazy. This Prabhupada words. So everything should be regulated. A devotee life is very regulated life, no matter wherever they are. छुट्टी पे हैं बाहर कहीं पर भी they should try to regulate their life, and we have seen devotees who are visiting it. Then only you can keep your body in the situation, in the condition where you can always ready to serve, always ready to serve. You see sannyasi, they are traveling, जैसे पहुंचते हैं बस उनकी class है, they are reaching and the class is there. And after 5 days again, and this is how they are doing. There's no rest for them. There's no rest. ऐसा कौन सा जॉब प्रोफाइल होगा प्रभु? No weekend, no yearly annual leave, nothing. This is Nityam Bhagavatam Seva. This is the first class servant. He says to Master, sir, no rest. I just want to serve you without rest. So this is how they maintain based on this. Very regulated sleep, healthy, good diet, on time, and very, very conducive lifestyle. Very clean lifestyle. Prabhupada mentioned, you see that how nicely we are surrounded with such a nice, the clean habit people, the clean food, the clean thoughts. What a lifestyle. Now, Prabhuji, amazing lifestyle, no? Prabhupada he has given. Clean, internally clean, outside externally clean, clean, सब कुछ clean है बिल्कुल. So this is very much important to keep the supportive lifestyle. And then, as I mentioned, cleanliness. Take proper bath. आने के बाद office से bath लीजिए. Water is such a nice thing. You see, Brahmana, I'll be heard from Jitendra Prabhuji. Brahmanas always they want to do, always they will do ashman. They will always keep themselves pure. Immediately, suchi. Always pure. Why? Because we are serving the purest personality. We are trying to serve the purest personality. That's why we have to keep always our consciousness pure, externally, internally pure, purified. Kitchen हमारा साफ हो, bathroom साफ हो, room साफ हो, पोछा लगाएं रोज. Pocha is a very nice thing. Just wiping up and to mop the room is such a nice thing. You see, after you see, you feel so nice. In the villages, they have the cow dung. When they put it, it's so nice actually, so wonderful. The cleanliness is next to godliness. भगवान को बहुत प्रिय है, शुद्धि बहुत प्रिय है. समोदमस्तपः शौचम शांतिर आर्जवम एवच ज्ञानम विज्ञानम आस्तिक्यम ब्रह्म कर्म स्वभाव. Which verse is this?
Bhagavad Gita 14 chapter.
Again minus mark.
1842.
Very nice. 1842. 42, 43, 44. These are the Brahmana. 42, 43 is the Kshatriya, 44 is Vaishya and Shudra combined qualities. So Shamo Dhamma, the peaceful, austerity, cleanliness, Suchi, Saucham. These are the very, very desired quality for the devotee. Very desired quality. And it comes by default, automatically. Because the process is like this. सुबह में आरती करनी है, नहाना पड़ेगा. शाम को आरती करनी, स्नान करना. 2 times for Prabhupada says at least take 3 times bath, especially for the brahmacharis. 3 times bath. Grihastha at least 2 times, minimum 2 times bath is required. We get so much, such a nice, just taking bath is so nice actually. The moment Narad Muni left Vyasdev, after giving instructions, the first canto, 5th chapter, 5th, 6th, 7th, yes. The moment he left, the first thing what he did, he went at the bank of Saraswati. It's mentioned Srimad Bhagavatam. And he took water, he did the Ashman first. He became peaceful. And then he started meditating on the Bhakti Yoga Samadhi. Bhakti Yoga Samadhi. But first he touched the water. So water is such a nice thing. Regular exercise. We had a last week session. You were there when Mataji was taking health life management. So she told, whatever you like to do, it's something yoga or something to keep yourself fit. It's good. You are not a lazy person. In service of Krishna, we have to be fit. Not for all enjoyment, but for the service of Krishna. The more we are fit, the more service we can render. His Holiness Bhanuswami Maharaj, he is a sannyasi from Japan, staying in Chennai. Very, very scholarly. He is one of the that member of the scholar committee of ISKCON. If anywhere in the world ISKCON they have some doubt in the philosophy, some misunderstanding or something, whatever, they get some clarification, they contact Maharaj. He's such a scholar personality. He has a dumbbell and this thing. He does, you know what?
Yes.
He does exercise. Keep himself fit. Sannyasi. I had seen when Maharaj had come here, His Holiness Bhakti Rahul Maharaj. Every morning he does yoga. I entered the room or something, and he was in the Shirshasana. So I was having a wonderful darshan at the lotus feet of Maharaj. Because the moment I entered, he was just Shirshasana. Atul Krishna Prabhu from Mayapur, he also does half an hour every day yoga. Because we have to understand. His Holiness Bhanuswami Maharaj. He has wrote all the Goswami's book. He has translated actually in ISKCON. The Vidya Bhushan, Sandarbha, Gita Bhushan, Bhakti Rasamrita, the original version, all those literature, he is the one who is translated. Very scholarly. Using senses in Krishna service, very important part. Because internal cleanliness is very much important, and that happens when we engage our services, our senses in the service of Krishna. Rishikena, Rishikesha, Sevanam, Bhakti, Uchyate. This is called Bhakti. This is a definition given by Narad Muni in Narad Panchratri. What is it? Sarva Upadhi Nirmuktam Tat Partvena Nirmalam Rishikena Rishikesha Sevanam Bhakti Uchyate. Sarva Upadhi, all the designations has to be given up. Vinirmuktam. Then you become Nirmalam. The soul becomes purified. Soul comes in the glorious position that I am a servant of God only, nothing else. No other designation. And then when you engage all your senses, Rishikena Rishikesha Sevanam, in the service of Rishikesha, that is called Bhakti. So using senses in Krishna service. And then I mentioned this verse. So these qualities definitely, this helps us actually. Everything is very much connected to our consciousness. To remain always Krishna consciousness, you want to, I'll share with the slide. Nowadays, just to be simple. Simplicity is itself a greatness. Nowadays, it's very hard to find a simple people. Because entire upbringing is such a way. We have so many complicated people, but simple people very, very less nowadays. This very devotee that Ram Prabhuji was sharing when we go to camp. Such a simple hearted devotees. They're very attractive. Simple heart is very attractive. You see the small children, they're so attractive. Why? Because they're very simple. No complication, no vikar. Very simple. Now our Lalita, she is in Vrindavan Dham. So yesterday I had chat with her. Every day we are having chat with her. And she's enjoying with the cows and everybody is, so she was in a temple and so many devotees, they are just playing with her. Small children are very attractive. You see, they attract everyone. They're very simple. Similarly, devotee is very, very should be very simple. And how become simple? Prabhuji mentioned here. Not take more than what is necessary for us. Ishwar Mishra says first verse that whatever is assigned as a quota for you, you should know what is there for you as a quota, your quota, and you should be just concerned about that quota. That's all. How to take? I don't know how to take it. Minimize it. Okay. How to do it? It's okay. Celibacy in your prajalpa, very important things actually. Papa says this is the sex life, even for grahasthas. Papa says this is not a license. This is only for, we have to hear this actually. See, only the ISKCON society have seen that there are people openly that discuss this point. Because we have to understand, it's a very important aspect of our life. Santana Narth cha Maithunam. This is a Ved Vakya, this is the Prana Vakya actually. That the sex life has been given to grahasthas only for what? Only for progeny. Santana Narth, like Vidyarthi, Vidyartha. Vidya grahan karne ke liye Vidyarthi. Santana Narth, Santan ki utpatti ke liye. Only to produce children, this has the sex life is permitted, otherwise not. Because it's mentioned that this is the one, Maithun Agar, which is the reason, it's the biggest hurdle between the Jivatma and the Lordship. This Kam Bhav. Aham Bhokta. Aham Balavan. Siddho Aham Balavan Sukhi. But I am the enjoyer. Because this gives the complete opposite mindset. We have to be the mindset, I'm a servant of God, but this gives, I am the enjoyer. I am the bhokta. But we have to realize that Krishna is the Bhokta, Param Bhokta. And no Prajalpa. No Prajalpa means
No unnecessary talking.
mundane talk. We have to minimize this. It takes so much energy. So, but Srila Bhagavatam compares this Prajalpa as talk of or the voice, the sound made by frog, which just invites the snakes to eat, nothing else.
This is a nectar of instruction.
Yeah, yes, very nice.
Prayasya.
Very nice, very good. Full marks. All your minus mark has been. Television, newspaper, internet, sometimes on the name of even that I have to use in preaching also, it's not. Practicing forgiveness, this is all given by what I'm presenting here, given by Bhakti Thakur Maharaj in Chaitanya Chitshastra. Sorry, Chitshastra. So he has written a book, Chitshastra, there he has given the Shiksha. The fearlessness, the forgiveness, and the service attitude. This one?
As devotees.
Yeah.
Normally, or at least as practicing or trying to be devotees. So naturally, there's a lot of guilt that keeps on coming in. You always keep on feeling it's shortcoming right there, and you feel very low. And so, and sometimes I feel practicing forgiveness is also towards yourself. There's sometimes,
Very nice. Very good point, actually. So we have to understand the more we become Krishna conscious, the more we are aware of our faults. That's a very good thing, actually. There's a voice of Paramatma. Guilt is a voice of Paramatma, and we should cultivate it. We should cultivate it. You see all the acharyas, you see their prayers. Bhakti Thakur Maharaj, he says, Amar Jivan Sada Papera Punyata Nahi Relesha. He's saying, whole life I have just committed sins. There's not a single punya in my life. Who's saying? Mahabhagavat, Bhakti Thakur Mahashaya. He's saying that. You see that this prayer is such a wonderful prayer. Vidyara Vilasi, another prayer by him. It's a beautiful prayer. So the more we become aware that how neglectful I was, because the moment the light is on, we are able to see everything in the real perspective. So far light was off. It was a dark room. So not able to see our faults. But light is on. And now it's clear X-ray is there in front of us. But the best part, Krishna is so merciful that no matter whatever path we have done, the moment we take his shelter, Sarva Dharmane Prataja Mamekam Sharanam Braja Aham Tvam Sarva Papebhyo Moksha Shyami Mahashuja. So that gives us a hope. Oh, we are going to serve that master who does not see this qualification. That gives a hope. Otherwise, you're right. They're filled with. You see, our life is filled with sins. Actually. Now the point is, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, fine. Definitely in ignorance we have done, and that's very supposed to be. We were ignorant. But now he says, Jagai Madai, now I'm bestowing our mercy to you and all your papas before all sinful activities would be eradicated. But now make sure now onwards you will not commit any sin. So that is the commitment. That is what Krishna and all the Acharya are looking for. पहले जो हो गया कोई बात हम सब ऐसे करके आए. This saying that every saint had a past and every sinner has a future, like that. So every saint had a past. Okay, अब देखिए वाल्मीकि, रत्नाकर, मृगारी और जगाई मधाई, उससे बड़ा पापी कौन है? जगाई मधाई. Everyone, most of. But afterwards, when they got a mercy, then their lives completely change. And that should be our commitment. Ki ab nahi, bas. Krishna is saying that the day you come in front of me and say, "Oh Govinda, from today I'm yours," that's all. उसके पहले जो भी हुआ सब खत्म, आज से आप मेरे, मैं आपका, बस. And he has a veto power to destroy everything. Karmade nirdhati kintu cha bhakti bhaja. All the karmas, previous karma, he can eradicate completely. So Prabhuji, that's good actually. We should have that, because that's very natural feeling for a devotee. We should have that feeling. There's nothing wrong in that. At the same time, we should be encouraged to see that my Lord is so merciful. He would accept me. Entire world can reject me, but he'll accept me. Right? That is his mercy. He's so merciful. दीन वत्सल, भक्त वत्सल भी भगवान है और दीन वत्सल भी, पतित पावन भी भगवान है. हम पतित हैं, वो पतित पावन है. Such a nice combination. So again, this Prabhu, I don't know what these are coming. I cannot make it. Huh? Okay, take it. Okay. So now the crown part. The crown part is what? Jeev Daya. Naam Ruchi, Vaishnav Seva, and Jeev Daya. Root is nice, trunk is nice. Now the time has come that you have fruits on your tree and you have to distribute it. So every devotee is supposed to do what? This Jivan Sarthak Kari Kara Paropakar. Kara Paropakar. And that's why we have to make sure that we all are in compliance with this three requirement. Naam Ruchi, Vaishnav Seva, nothing should be spared. केवल भजन कर रहे हैं, जीव दया नहीं कर रहे हैं, वैष्णव सेवा नहीं कर रहे हैं, वो भी अच्छा नहीं है. केवल वैष्णव सेवा, जीव दया नहीं, वो भी ठीक नहीं है. All three has to be. Every one of us. That's what this movement is actually all about. It's a mission. Hare Krishna, Shri Ram Ji.
Great.
He's very blissful, huh? Very happy. So Prabhupada wanted every individual, as I mentioned last time, a very, very strong individual. Prabhupada wanted it. Like the books, the devotees are also like an atom bomb. Wherever they go, they explode. Definitely they will bring some souls to closer to the lotus feet of Lord Shri Krishna. This only can happen when we have a strong root, our sadhana, and our supportive lifestyle. Then only Jiva Daya can happen. So Prabhupada mentioned Jiva Daya, social well-being. Like fruits and flowers, it is our contribution to our society. So now whatever we have, we'll distribute. If you have 10 rupees, we'll distribute 10 rupees. So if you want to do more distribution, it means to acquire more. Get more, acquire more. And have a proper lifestyle so that when time comes to distribute, it should be all right. Like we have gathered so much, and the time of distributions, we are sick and body not supportive. It happens. And then definitely we come to that stage where we can assist. We can't do separately or individually. At least we should be a great assistance, a great assets in the hand of the devotees who are in distribution phase. Our spiritual masters, the senior Vaishnavas, who are in this activity, at least we should assist them in some way. So that's a part of the Jiva Daya. Purashya bhuyad bhagavad anante rati prasangascha tad ashayeshu mahasuyamayam upayami srishtim maitre astu sarvatra namo dvijibhya. Maitre astu sarvatra. From all the living entities, the friendly nature, like Prahlad Maharaj, Vasudeva Datta, Haridas Thakur. So not only human being, you see, the devotees, they go further actually. They chant loudly so that other insects, the tree, plants, even they can hear the holy name. कभी बाहर आप जाते हैं, वॉक करते हुए चैंट करते हैं, तेज से जप करिए, लाउडली चैंट करिए, कर सकते हैं जहां पर पॉसिबल है. Wherever you can, you chant. Wherever you can, you chant loudly. Whether everything, Prabhupada says, even the walls, everything gets purified. That's a Jivdaya. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the Jharkhand forest is chanting, everybody's chanting. And then all the animals, they were chanting, dancing. It may not happen with us, but at least they will hear. You don't chant, they will hear at least. So that's a service to the living entity. So now this is the just introspection, our own question we have to ask ourselves. Do I feel spiritually nourished and connected? It's a very important question. The other day I was talking to my daughter. I told her, but if you don't feel that kind of feeling, you don't have emotions, such as emotions that yes, it's nourishing me, it's a blissful activity, then it will not sustain for a long time. Anything in our life which we don't like to do it, we don't feel that it's something, some values there, it's really helping me, I'm getting nourishment, I'm getting enough fulfillment, then we can do just for a short period of time, but not for a long time. Anything in our life. So do I feel spiritually nourished and connected with the Lordship? Krishna is there always in my life. I'm feeling now more presence of Krishna in my life. Yes or no? तो आप सब साधु हैं फिर साधु and साध्वी sadhu and sadhvi. If yes, then how can I maintain the state or at least become enhanced? Prabhupada says every day should be a newer day, the new rasas. Nava rasa dhamun udatam rantumasi. Every day I get a more taste, the more encouragement, the more attitude to serve, the more inspiration, motivation. It should not remain the same actually. Because anything which remains the same, it becomes rituals. Rituals. It is spiritual. Pratipadam vardhanam. Anandam pratipadam vardhanam. Brahma saukyam tvanantam. These are the words used actually. Srimad Bhagavatam. Brahma saukyam tvanantam means is ever increasing. Tadeva ramyam ruchiram namam namam. Tadeva shashvan manso mahosam. Srimad Bhagavatam says 12 canto. That this hearing of Krishna's pastime. Tadeva ramyam ruchiram namam namam. Every day I get newer taste. The newer. You see, whenever we read Bhagavatam every day, already what you have read one time, two times, sometimes, but still you get a newer taste actually. It's the nature of Bhagavatam. It's no need like Krishna. Sarupam ekam evasti satchit arlakshanam. Srimad Bhagavatam hi sada Srimad Bhagavatam sada. Sarupam ekam evasti. Sarupam means the rupa, the form of Bhagavatam and Krishna are same. Bhagavatam and Krishna are same. And what is similarity? Sat Chid Anand Lakshanam. Both are Satchidanand. So Bhagavatam is filled with Anand. Bhagavatam Bhagavad Gita. If we don't get it, we have to get some means to get it. We have to be happy in Krishna consciousness. If there's no other motive, if there's no other desire, if there's no other material expectations, then it's very natural to be happy in Krishna consciousness. Chant and be happy.
But Prabhuji, it's written now, what can I do to nourish myself spiritually? That we only have to think. No?
Yes.
If anyone is not thinking, how can I help?
If no one is thinking.
Yes. If no, that statement is true. Okay. But where have I been negligent and what can I do to nourish myself? That we only have to think. That person have to think.
Yeah, because this is about a root, Mataji. rude, nobody can help. If that person does not seek help, we cannot help. It's about the root. Root means I don't know how you're chanting. How can I help you? Which I'm not, root means I cannot see, right? It's another need.
Yes, yes,
Any one sadhana, nobody can observe.
yes, yes. So
One
there is
time-
no way to help that person.
If until unless that person asks for help.
So we have to wait.
Yeah. Sometimes you can help, for example, suppose I'm staying with my family. So I'm seeing what my daughter is doing, what my wife is doing. I can tell them you are not chanting properly. I'm observing for last 2-3 days. I didn't see that you're chanting properly. You have phone in hand, you're chanting. That I can do that because I'm observing them 24 hours. But someone who is not living with me, and just by seeing for a very short period of time, I should not be a judgmental. You don't know. One time it happened, and let me tell you one story. One time one devotee, I will not take the name, because in the car, we go to the camp. The camp. Cup is quite far. Not Cup. Solibia, the time is called Solibia. Very far. 10 years back. So this devotee had come from India, and he was staying also here in very nice devotee. And he was chanting very nice distance in the morning. So we were going in the vehicle, and we had one devotee from the camp who helped us to introduce in the Sriba camp. Very nice devotee. So he was sitting in the back. And this devotee was talking, and so much he talked about the morning sadhana and this thing and that. That after morning, this Mangal Aarti, we should chant our rounds in the morning hours only before Shringara Aarti. Generally, we should take breakfast and this thing and that. And everybody was quiet and we were just hearing. When he was about to get down, so that devotee asked him, "Prabhuji, आपका तो काम बहुत मैं आप शाम तक कर पाते हैं नहीं अपना जब उनको पूछ रहे हैं." He asked that devotee, camp devotee, "Are you able to finish your round before Sandhya Aarti?" He said, "Prabhuji, मैं मंगल आरती के पहले अपना जप कर." And he was speechless. कुछ बात ही नहीं किया उन्होंने. बोले आपके चरण कहाँ पर हैं? You see, wrong perception. It's very difficult to judge devotees. We don't know what they are doing actually. Sadhana is very difficult to judge. कौन कब कर रहा है, क्या कर रहा है? We are meeting one day in a weekend or 2 days in a weekend. But वो क्या साधना कर रहे हैं, भगवान के कितने करीब हैं, हमको पता नहीं. So root is very difficult part. Trunk and crown you can see. That's why I mentioned at the beginning only. The root is very difficult. That's why this we have to take care of ourselves. Because nobody knows how I'm chanting. During chanting also, where is my mind? Where is my, the concentration, whether really I'm there in chanting or not? Who can judge? Only I can judge. Right or not? I can ask, okay, you just sit and chant. But during chanting time also, whether he's chanting really or not, we don't know. एक बार एक बच्चा होता है, एक प्रभु बता रहे थे कि कैसे घर में गए तो छोटा सा छोटा बालक था, you're chanting back. तो always he used to chant. जब भी आएंगे ना घर में बस उसका हाथ बाल में रहता था, beats back. So this Prabhuji said, all time you're chanting, how many hours you chanting? So his mother and father, yes, always he is chanting, always. So Prabhuji को बुलाया, come near to me. He wanted to hug him. And then in that time, he took his bead bag. So he took his bead bag, there was no beads. It was only bead bag. Understood? Bead bag था उसका हाथ था उसमें, but bead bag नहीं, उसमें beads नहीं था. So what I'm saying, the point is that it's very difficult to judge, especially the sadhana. That is why this checklist is for ourselves, own introspection. Spiritual master they can understand, they can guide, they have knowledge, they can do that. For important personalities. Like one time, I remember His Honor's Bhattika Swami Maharaj was there, and Murli Krishna Prabhu, one of our devotee, no, he's not here. He's serving in Madurai temple. Wonderful, very wonderful devotee. He used to fast all the Ekadasi without water. Whole night they will be awake. Next morning he will go to job. All Ekadasis. without, always smiling face, always smiling. Maharaj came and it completed his round before Mangalarti, this guy. Maharaj, just first meeting, Maharaj said, your chanting is very nice. Can you imagine? देख के बोला मैं, हम लोग तो खड़े थे, महाराज को बोला, your chanting very nice. Just imagine, Maharaj was not here, but just by seeing his face, spiritual master can understand. Vyasadeva is saying to Narad Muni, first canto, 5th chapter. The moment he appeared, oh my Lord, oh my spiritual master, you know everything what is going on in my heart. Why I am despondent, you know that. You know the reason, please. Because you're so close to Krishna, you know everything. One time, His Honor Japa Swami Maharaj, he wanted to give initiation. And he was sitting, and the Mataji name was there in the list of initiation. She came to receive the beads. She recited the 4 devotee principles. Maharaj was about to give the beads, he did not give the beads. He said, still you are eating fish? And she was so ashamed. She went back. And she wrote, yes. She revealed to the devotees that she is still eating fish. Maharaj did not give the beads. Nobody told Maharaj. At that level, actually. They can do that. But we should not. Until unless somebody asks us, especially for Shadha. See, we can make a statement, Prabhuji, हमको बहुत चीज़ करना चाहिए. ये सब के लिए बोल रहे हैं, आप तो भी बोल रहे हैं. We're inspiring each other. We should do it nicely. We should be very attentive in our sadhana, offenseless sadhana. That we can make a statement. And someone comes, Prabhuji, मैं ये problem आ रही है, ऐसे करें. Then we give advice. Otherwise, we can be sometimes that devotee, I'm telling you, that devotee, even that I was surprised. The devotee who is sitting next to me, who just started coming to the program, he's chanting 16 rounds before Mangalarti. We all were speechless. हम बोल रहा था कि हम लोग बड़े भक्त हैं. हमारी बोलती बंद करती उन्होंने 1 मिनट में. क्योंकि देखिए ये भक्ति प्रोसेस ऐसा है ना कि this is a several lifetimes preparation. And who is coming? It may appear that he's coming just 2 days ago. But in previous life, what he had done, we don't know. What she or he. And the moment he gets the right path, he'll start from there, where he left. And we don't know where he left. So never ever, better to judge ourselves. Be very strict to ourselves. Charam sarthak kari. And Vaishnav Seva, if someone asks a Vaishnav, ask him, Seva, Prabhuji, I'm studying this, can you help me? If you can help, help. Otherwise, you can also do other devotee. Every time we're in the position of helping each other, or some devotees, right? So we can ask, together we can seek the shelter of some other devotees, senior Vaishnavas. Like that we should do. That makes sense? Prabhu, you were saying something, please.
No, I think you have already answered what I feel. I've heard from the many times that instead of us giving any kind of suggestions, what we can do is we can display those kind of qualities to our behavior.
That's the best thing.
That is the best thing, because we have nobody to judge and we have nobody to tell anything. Because we don't know what kind of how they will take, how they will perceive all these.
Very true.
Very, very sensitive.
Very true.
And I've heard also from you that can always pray to the Lord for them.
That's the best thing.
If you desire, Lord, please kindly help us to bring that soul to your books.
Very true.
So that can.
Because sadhana is such a thing that it's very difficult to understand who is what, who is doing. किस समय पे क्या ध्यान कर रहे हैं वो, how can I understand? Only Krishna knows that. Krishna tells to Arjuna in 4th chapter that you have taken many births, I have taken many births. I know everything. You don't know. Krishna is a kshetragya of everyone in 13th chapter. Kshetragya. Kshetragya means he knows all the fields. And we know only our field of activity. It means we know only what is going on in my mind, my heart. अभी आप क्या सोच रहे हैं मुझे पता नहीं है. और मैं क्या सोच रहा हूँ आपको पता नहीं है। माता जी क्या सोचने का प्रोग्राम बंद होगा मुझे पता है। कभी हमारे घर से जाएंगे, ऐसा नहीं सोचिए माता, मैं बोल रहा हूँ। तो व्हाट शी इज थिंकिंग वी डोंट नो. That's the difference between this world and that world. In this world, without their knowledge, I may think anything without your knowledge. And I can just smile on my face, I can manage the relationship very nicely. But in that world, beyond the Virja river, it is not important what I am doing, rather with what intention I am doing. Because Krishna is Bhavagrahi. He knows the Bhava. उनको पता है क्या कर रहा है ये दुर्योधन के जैसे मुझे 56 भोग ऑफर कर रहा है उस भाव से, और like Vidurani is offering. And Krishna will accept the Vidurani one, not the 56 bhog of Duryodhana, because bhav is not there. So in that word only what is, that's why man is important. Man eva manushyanam karanam eva bandha moksha. This is a Amrita Bindu Upanishad. Prabhupada quotes this verse in Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Very nice, very important verse. Man is very important. Man eva manushyanam. Man is the one which will bind ourselves in this world, or it will cause of liberation. Bhagavad Gita Krishna says, Ripu Bandhur Atmanaha. Either you make mind as your best friend, otherwise you'll be a worst enemy. So with mind, you have to please Krishna. That's why you have to be mindful. But here in this world, if you're not mindful, okay, fine. You can manage with your activity, with your, just gestures, you can manage it. But we cannot please Krishna. Krishna will be what is in the mind, what is the heart. So, Mata, this is for us. Jivan sarthak kare, kara parokara. Whether I am feeling connected. If I am feeling connected and nourished, so whoever comes in my contact, even they will feel the same. Because this enthusiasm, this inspiration is contagious. Prabhupada, you see, so inspired, age of 70, is dancing. And everyone, all Westerners who were not knowing what to do, they were dancing with Prabhupada. Prabhupada's enthusiasm was so contagious, infectious. Wherever he went, they got infected with that consciousness. So, as Prabhu mentioned, this ourselves have such a strong personality, very nice sadhana, the focused Vaishnav Seva and Jiv Daya, and all should be part of our life. Complete mixture should be there. Then only we are complying, or we are trying to follow Chaitra Mahaprabhu's instructions. Namaruchi, Jivadaya, Vaishnav Seva, Jivadaya. This is Chaitra Mahaprabhu's 3 words. He summarized the entire Vedas. And this is his philosophy. He has given it 3 words. If someone says that I'm following Chaitra Mahaprabhu's philosophy, so we have to say that whether we are having a very strong taste for Namaruchi, the Nam, and then Vaishnav Seva and Jivadaya. So Goshti Anandi, by Sri Prabhupada. Prabhupada was nourishing his morning sadhana so nicely. Vaishnav Seva, all the acharyas he served actually, so spiritual master, instructions throughout his life. And Jivadaya, what we can say that entire word is benefited by Sri Prabhupada's contribution. So this is how we have to check our route. True spiritual life is about receiving than achieving. We don't achieve here. We receive. We receive the mercy. We receive by what? By our laulyam. By showing the eagerness. I want it. I want such life. I want taste in Puri. Kabe habe polo se dinamar. When that day will come that Hari Hari bolite pulak abe. ऐसा कब आएगा हमारे जीवन? We should cry for that. So we have to keep on serving, and at the same time we have to also wait for receiving this. It means we have to be patient also. Okay. What is the time, Prabhu? Time is up. 9:20. Oh, nobody stopped me.
9:04.
Okay. So about the trunk, do I feel physically, emotionally nourished? Is also very important. In our lifestyle, our family life, or whatever, we feel very, very, satisfied. जो भगवान ने दिया खुश रहो उसमें. जैसे हस्बैंड है, जैसी वाइफ है, जैसे बच्चे हैं, be happy. We cannot change it. I remember one time, one of my relative actually, very handsome guy, my sister's Sophia's sister, and his wife is not so good looking, but very nice one, but not so good looking. But this gentleman is engineer, government job, and very handsome guy, very nice personality. So we asked him that time, "Baba ji, कैसे आप रहते हैं?" वो भी बुआ जी के साथ में. बुआ जी completely black in color and तो बोला कि देखो मैं सोचा कि अब तो इसके साथ में जीवन मुझे बिताना है. हिंदी बोल रहा हूँ, हिंदी समझा? कि I have to spend my life with her. So now it's up to me कि रो के बिताऊं या हंस के बिताऊं. कि whether I should, मतलब I have to live with her, whether crying or laughing, smiling. So I chosen कि ठीक है अब जीना तो है ही, साथ में हंस के जियो, क्या करना. So similarly, few things we can't change in our life, right? We are destined to have certain amount of happiness, certain amount of distress. So whatever is there, we should be happy, nourished with that, and try to cultivate, try to see the positive, the good qualities in them, and we can see that there's so many wonderful qualities. For example, as I mentioned earlier, the common things in us, in our family, we are having a single Lord Shri Krishna, one God we are worshipping together. It's so nice. So we have a higher objective where we have common things. We might have several differences, but you see the spiritual realm, we have so many common things. We are chanting the same mantra. We are eating the same prasadam which is offered to Krishna. It's so nice. ये इतना important aspect है, these three, four aspects of spiritual life, that will allow us to live happily with our family members, and then only we can focus. Because if not happy, it's very difficult to focus on sadhana. And you can notice that any day we have some disturbance in mind, it's so difficult to concentrate on chanting. Even while chanting, also you say about that matter only. You think about that matter only, right? So better these things should not come. Not allow these things to come in our mind. इसको एक बाहर बफर जोन में रखिए, उसको बफर जोन में. ये एरिया बिल्कुल simple, just for Krishna. Find out why. Fill your physical, emotional life like an emptied water pitcher. Seek advice from friends if needed. Sometimes needed, okay. Sometimes you need counseling. This thing it can be done, but make sure you do not have disturbance. Do not keep grudges, disturbance for a long time. It's not a healthy sign. Even materially also, it will spoil the health, and ultimately it will not help us for our sadhana. Now, this is very important. Am I thinking and acting for welfare of all? Very important point, actually. Not just for ourselves. Are we thinking about our colleagues, our friends, family members, whom are we interacting? How we should help that person even become Krishna conscious? ठीक हम नहीं कर पा रहे हैं, but at least we're thinking in that direction or not. That shows that we have a Vaishnavas. We're developing the Vaishnavas qualities. Paradukha dukhi. We know sometimes it's difficult to do that, but at least desire should be there. That person also should get Krishna consciousness. We might fail in our attempt, but we should attempt. I remember our Prabhu who used to distribute the Bhagavad Gita, so many people in the buses. Sarvage Prabhu. Garden used to go. So that this act actually, so this Vaishnava, this is Jeev Daya is very important aspect. Distribution of books for new programs, the public programs, Damodar Arti, these are all part of this Jeev Daya. So this is Vaishnava Seva. When we serve the Vaishnavas, the regular Vaishnava is a Vaishnava Seva. But in the new programs is Jeev Daya. Okay, so first, as you mentioned before, Jivan Sarthak Kari Kara. First, we have to see that we have a very strong conviction in this process. If we have a strong conviction, then that will flow everywhere, wherever we go. It will flow. So we have to become a very strong instrumentation of Bhagavad's mission, and becoming that nimitta matra, we have to make sure that we are properly equipped. It means our sadhana is proper, our mood, our right attitude, right consciousness, and then with the Vaishnav Seva, with their blessings, with their mercy, it's possible to contribute, to shoulder their burden, and to help this mission to engage. Prabhupada wanted all the universe actually to take up this process. Okay, I'll stop here. I'm sure I'm very, very sorry actually. I was not seeing the time. 8:30 we're supposed to end. I'm messing by 9. Sorry. Any question, any comment? We started with the victory, the victory flag. Jai Pataka. Vijayate, Sthanam Poshanam. There is one word in Srimad Bhagavatam. Vijayate. Sthanam means the victory of Lord's place everywhere. When Krishna comes in our heart, it's a victory. All anartha has gone out, Krishna has resided. He has resided in the heart, it's a victory. Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtana. The ultimate victory, when the soul is rescued from this material world and engaged in the lotus feet of Krishna service of Krishna lotus feet. That's the victory for the soul. Coming home, coming back home, back to Godhead. From all the bondage. It's a victory. This is the flag. Signifies that victory. Very nice. Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji Mataji. I'm very, very grateful to all of you for giving me this opportunity. Week after week, seeing your enthusiasm. I get so much inspiration. I have so much inspiration, which helps me in my understanding this process and how important this process is, and taking more and more shelter of this process. So I'm very, very grateful to all of you.